switched places, and then we decided, since we couldn't decide who's going to introduce her, we'd both do it. That's our keynote speaker for today. So, you want to go? Because I just realized I don't have my glasses on, so.
Okay. I win. Okay. All right, so Reverend Soni Cantrell-Smith. Reverend Soni is the founding minister of Ahava Center for Spiritual Living in Lexington, Kentucky. She graduated from Holmes Institute under the direction of Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith in 2006 and was ordained in 2011. Reverend Soni is steeped in the principles of science of mind and is a lifelong student of the philosophy.
Okay, I really don't have my glasses on. Okay, Reverend Soni began her studies at the Huntington Beach Center for Spiritual Living. Okay, I was going to ask you if there's going to, okay, yeah. For 10 years, she was a music director of Namaste CSL in Long Beach. All righty. And she has co-written a successful music titled Last Call, which has been performed in numerous venues throughout the country.
Reverend Soni has been active in 12-step work for over 30 years. She teaches spirituality classes at the Hope Center Rehabilitation for Women. Or maybe I need glasses too. And is a co-founder of the Bluegrass Rainbow faith communities dedicated to supporting faith communities in becoming open and affirming to all.
Reverend Soni has served as the CSL Minister Council for 6 years, 2 of which as the co-chair. She's previously served on the nominating committee as well as CSL Task Force. Reverend Soni has been serving this as CSL Interim Ministers team for 2 years.
Reverend Soni believes that we are all spiritual leaders. Woo. Okay, we as leaders must be able to articulate our vision and keep it alive through our faith in it. And we must create a sense of belonging and hope that this vision can transform our world.
Amen to that, and all I gotta say, she is the real deal. Please welcome Reverend Soni Cantrell-Smith, our spiritual leader.
Thank you. Have fun. Oh my goodness. So yes, I do have all the answers. And for $599, you can spend 4 hours with me over the weekend, and I will give you all the answers. But wait, there's more. Just kidding. Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to Charleston, South Carolina. Welcome to the South. We're here. We finally made it. I want to just shout out thank you to the Charleston Task Force for all the work that they did to support BDI and all the programs that we're unveiling here at this conference, and also my executive team and the Leadership Council, and all of you for showing up. I think I'm getting some feedback. Do you hear that? You don't, but I do. Okay, that's why I'm spiritual leader. Okay, I just want to put that out there because I hear the feedback. All right, and I get it a lot. Am I right? Hey, okay. So here's the deal. You know, it's with immense joy and gratitude that I stand before you as your spiritual leader of this organization, surrounded by the collective energy of love and unity that binds us all together. You know, this city, Charleston, carries a rich history. It's a history with its charming cobblestone streets, its historic architecture, and the warm hospitality that is always present. It provides the perfect backdrop for our journey into the heart of spiritual awakening. Charleston's history is both charming and deeply complex. Beneath the cobblestone streets and historic facades lies a painful chapter in Charleston's past. A history intertwined with the institution of slavery. Charleston, like many cities in the southern United States, was a significant hub for the transatlantic slave trade. The echoes of the enslaved people's struggles, their resilience, and contributions to the city's development are ingrained in its soil. The beautiful architecture that we admire today is a testament to the labor of those denied basic human rights. Being here gives me the courage to look into the shadow of our organization. An example is the time in 1945 when the editor of Science of Mind magazine made a significant change in listing churches. The Third Church of Religious Science was moved from the listings to the bottom of the page with an asterisk that denoted colored. Dr. Holmes intervened, making sure that that would never happen again. He went to the Third Church of Religious Science where he spoke, and he said the following words: "This we must affirm. We are all living children of one spirit that permeates all without exception, one intelligence that governs all, and most importantly, every person who abides in the universe is a significant entity in the universal consciousness. Our doors will forever be open to all. Whoever you are, be proud you are a divine idea in the mind of God." Dr. Holmes's response stands as an inspiration to me. He didn't only pray about the situation, which I'm confident he did, or only do affirmations, which I'm sure that he did. In addition to whatever he did inwardly, he also got up and went into action. He balanced his inner conviction with his outer action. Some say to me, I am only here to teach science of mind. Others say, I'm not here to be political. Dr. Holmes was both. He taught the science of mind, and without being political, he took it into the world through his actions. Dr. Holmes said famously, "Find me 1,000 people in the world who know what religious science is and use it and live it as it is, and I'll myself live to see a new world, a new heaven, and a new earth here." His words continue to speak to us today, and they bring a keen sense of responsibility and commitment to the transformative power of our teaching. To me, he is reminding us that we are not mere spectators in this grand theater of life. We are active participants, co-creators of our destiny, and contributors to the well-being of our planet. I stand here today before you with a message, and my message for you is a familiar one. Every moment is the dawn of a new experience, such as this moment is. We are both sowing seeds and reaping the bounty of the seeds sown in the past. We are continuing, as Dr. Holmes encouraged us, to evolve beyond previous boundaries in consciousness and into an ever-expanding expression of the divine. To me, that looks like moving from the focus on me to embracing the powerful shift to we. from the individual to the collective. This is where we continue to awaken to the interconnectedness of all of life. This is where we continue to recognize that our individual journeys are interwoven into the fabric of a collective consciousness that is seeking unity, compassion, and love. I see it, I know it, and I feel it in my bones. But it's not about me, darn it. As Dr. Holmes said, you are religious science. I am not. When I first read his words, I said, I am religious science. And now I know that is too narrow. We are religious science. We are centers for spiritual living. I'd like to think that this is a moment of evolutionary change, as is every moment. This moment was set into consciousness by our spiritual predecessors, pioneers in both the spiritual and social realms. The early 20th century witnessed a remarkable confluence of two influential movements: the suffragettes, champions of women's rights, and the New Thought practitioners, explorers of consciousness and spirituality. It delights me that these two movements were threads in the tapestry of human evolution. It delights me that a blend of individual transformation and the seeds of sacred activism were sown so far back then, and that we continue to benefit from our ancestors' work. Because in the tapestry of our collective journey, each thread plays a vital role in weaving the intricate design of spiritual awakening and conscious living. Just as we acknowledge the suffragettes for helping pass the 19th Amendment, we also must acknowledge that many women of color, immigrant women, and poorer women continued to face barriers at the polls. We often hear the names of people like Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. We less often hear names like Marie Louise Bottineau Baldwin, Dr. Mabel Ping Hue Lee, and Nina Otero Warren, who made crucial contributions while battling racism and discrimination. As spiritual leaders, and we all are, as spiritual leaders and educators of Centers for Spiritual Living, we recognize the significance of those who dedicated themselves to teaching the science of mind and sharing the vision that encompasses our sacred principles. And we also recognize we still have work to do. We have to understand our history if we want to secure our future. Our mission extends beyond the walls of our centers. It resonates in the hearts and the minds of those who are committed to carrying the message of sacred activism, blending spirituality with compassionate action. In this harmonious expression, every instructor, every practitioner of prayer and meditation contributes a unique melody, creating a rich symphony that echoes the universal call for love and understanding, belonging and transformation. Together, as we embrace the richness of diversity within our spiritual practice, we must surely recognize that we need it all. The wisdom of science, the teachings of the heart, and the power of collective intention to co-create a world where love, peace, and divine consciousness will prevail. Our New Thought ancestors, much like us today, were not content with personal transformation. They understood that personal transformation and societal transformation evolve hand in hand. And to carry that tradition forward and benefit from the work of those who went before us is something that we must not abandon. What better place to carry this tradition forward than in Charleston? What better time to put our teaching into action, as Dr. Holmes did, than right now? Let us lean into the power we have to impact the world positively. Let us leave a footprint of love and compassion and transformation in the world. Why? So that this gathering in Charleston will be remembered as a convergence of hearts and minds committed to the greater good, and so that future generations of religious scientists will look back and know that mighty seeds were planted here. Let us begin by widening our view for a moment from personal growth and take in the world by asking what wants to happen through us. I like to ask the center of wisdom within me, as if talking to a wise inner counselor, what would the consciousness of oneness have me be? What would the consciousness of oneness have me do or say in this world? How may I serve the continued expression of oneness in our world? These are questions, I ask myself every day. And in my own inquiry, I realize that I have an advantage that those suffering do not have. The advantage is I can choose not to act. That is privilege. Because not taking action allows me to stay blind to the suffering of others. I'd like to share an inspiring story that a friend recently shared with me. It's about a perilous situation which unfolded some years ago at Panama City Beach in Florida. 9 family members, including 2 children and an elderly woman, found themselves ensnarled in the relentless ocean current. Witnessing their distress, Jessica Simmons, a woman on the shore, took decisive action. She and 80 other strangers swiftly formed a human chain that extended into the ocean. Their collective efforts, spanning over an entire hour, resulted in the miraculous rescue of all 9 people. I want to ask you to pause for a moment and envision that remarkable scenario. What if Jessica had lingered on the shore, contemplating the background of those in distress? What if she hesitated and thought to herself, I wonder what their nationality is? I wonder what their sexual orientation might be, their gender identity, their political affiliation, their religion, or their race. But she didn't. Instead, without hesitation, she exemplified the highest form of humanity, selfless compassion that exceeded any potential divisions. This true story challenges us to reflect on our own capacity for compassion and action when confronted with the needs of others. In a world often divided by labels and distinctions, the story of Jessica and those who joined the human chain reminds us of the strength that emerges when we stand united, driven solely by the universal language of humanity. Our own vision tells us we envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience in every area of the political, corporate, academic, and social sectors, providing sustainable structures to further the emerging global consciousness. Let us carry this sense of vision beyond these convention walls and into our daily lives. Let our actions be guided by love and our decisions be driven by compassion. As we leave our footprints of love in Charleston, let them ripple out into the world, creating a wave of positive change that transcends time and space. Let us embrace a new day for Centers for Spiritual Living with open hearts and open minds. And let us all awaken from the illusion of separation and recognize the power of we. Together, we are a power for good, a power for love, and a power for positive transformation. In Dr. Holmes's words, I believe in the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and this goal is surely to be attained by all. May our time here in Charleston be a catalyst for change, and may the love we share be a beacon that illuminates the path towards a brighter and more compassionate world. May the Spirit of love guide us on this incredible journey together, soul to soul to soul. Peace and blessing.